la American Society of Mexico ha unido a nuestros dos países y ahora quiero agradecer a Larry Rubin por recibirnos esta noche aquí en México. Gracias, Señor. Y también quiero decir algo sobre la representante de la presidenta aquí, Alicia Barcena. Alicia, gracias por asistir. Vamos a tener una amistad muy fuerte y voy a trabajar con usted para ser uno más fuerte para los países. Y ahora quiero introducir otra vez mi hijo y su esposa, Michael y Stephanie. Por favor, stand up, levántase por favor. Gracias, Cena. Y quiero decir a todos que desde que llegamos a México nos hemos sentido muy bien recibidos a todos aquí. La gente aquí son muy especial. Es un país lleno de cultura, tradición y valores que compartimos con nosotros. Esta es una relación única y la más especial que tenemos. Es la que más impacta a nuestras naciones cada día. Somos socios, vecinos y mucho más. Y eso es de mi corazón. Somos en realidad familia. Ustedes son mis hermanos y hermanas. Es un orgullo representar al presidente Trump, mi jefe. Gracias. Y también trabajar con la presidenta Sheinbaum y su equipo aquí para que nuestros países sean más fuertes, más seguros y más prósperos. Estoy aquí con una idea clara. Trabajar juntos en nuestras prioridades, compartidas con el gobierno, con el sector privado y con la sociedad, como la gente. Gracias. Trabajamos para frenar el fentanilo, las armas, organizaciones criminales, la inmigración ilegal y trata de personas, porque eso salva vidas en los dos países. Queremos una frontera segura, pero también eficiente, cerrada a todo lo ilegal, pero abierta y lo que nos hace bien: comercio, cultura y oportunidades. Y ahora voy a continuar en inglés y no posible. Voy a usar mis notas, pero también voy a hablar con ustedes de mi corazón. First, I have to compliment those that have decorated and put the music together, and the food tonight was incredible, and what a performance by the young people we had here tonight. They were incredible. I think it's a perfect example of what we can do when people work together. Governments are going to have relationships, but it's more important, I believe, for people to work together, people to come together. And this was an excellent example of that. And it really touched me and my wife and my family to see the young people up here playing the music. So special. Thank you, Larry. So as someone who has served the United States for 50 years, my wife doesn't like me to say that because it makes her feel old, but 50 years in a lot of different roles, it's really an honor to be here as President Trump's ambassador. I'm proud to be part of an administration that is ushering in a new era in our bilateral relationship, and I really believe that. In fact, it's a new era for the free world. Under President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is a dear friend of mine, thank you, and he's a Latino, como mi esposa es una cubana. The U.S. is now embracing a new era of foreign policy, and it's driven by a very clear purpose of a shared responsibility and a commitment to a stronger, safer, and more prosperous future for America, but also along with our partners and allies. And there is no partner closer and no partnership that should be easier and more important than the partnership between the United States and Mexico. I mean, think about it. There are 40 million people living in the United States who identify as Mexican Americans. That does not exist anywhere else in the world. We have to get this right for that 40 million people and for the other people that represent both our countries. We have to get this right because we have so much in common. Won't be easy. It's not all easy. And it won't be all free of charge or painless, but it's something that we must do. Think about it. The Trump administration began just about 6 months ago, less than 6 months ago, with the world at war in the Ukraine and in the Middle East, with the largest supporter of terrorism in the world, and I'll say the name, Iran, about to produce a nuclear weapon, with border policies in the U.S. that encourage millions of people from all over the world, not Mexicans, but all over the world, to come through Mexico on their way to enter the United States illegally. And it was hard on Mexico to have to deal with that problem, and we know what it was. Meanwhile, other countries like China are economically trying to bully their way into more financial control and more economic and supply chain dependency in places in our own Western Hemisphere. Getting the world back on path to liberty and freedom with law, justice, and economic opportunity won't be easy, and it won't happen instantly, but it's a worthy cause for the free world. And step by step, it's a cause we must win, and to fight together, we will win that objective. So we've all heard this a lot, and I'll say it again tonight, and I'll be as clear as I possibly can be. America first doesn't mean America alone. In fact, I'm here in Mexico with my arms open in friendship, with a message of true respect for the sovereignty of Mexico, with a desire for cooperation, and with a determination to collaborate together, because together we face many challenges, but together we will make the vision of strength, safety, and prosperity a reality for both our nations. Thank you. That's why we continue building on President Trump's work with President Sheinbaum. The two have a wonderful relationship. We're working to secure the border, to dismantle criminal networks because they're a plague on everyone, to stop fentanyl, to fight illegal immigration, and to stop human trafficking. We're also working 24/7, which means all the time, to improve border infrastructure and strengthen the rule of law. These are practical, result-driven efforts. We want a board that works, one that's close to crime and illegal activity, but also one that makes us stronger and one that contributes to the well-being of the people in both our countries. And our partnership must go beyond our governments. The private sector and civil society play a leading role in our progress. And the American society is proof of that. So I look forward to continuing this work together with many of you that I've met here tonight, to visiting more of the beautiful country of Mexico, such a diverse and beautiful nation. I look forward to learning from the people in the communities who make this relationship that we have so unique. And I believe that when we understand each other and we work together, we succeed together. I've always said that one of my responsibilities as ambassador is, of course, to represent President Trump here. But I also have a responsibility to represent the American people to the Mexican people, and the Mexican people to the American people, because we don't understand each other the way we should. I think the people in this room understand, but I like to say, you think about your typical American, and I'll say a Central American, so someone who lives in Kansas or Missouri. They have this stereotype belief of what they think Mexico is. And the same is true of a lot of Mexican citizens. They have this stereotype of Americans as spoiled, demanding, everyone's wealthy. And that's just not the case. So I think that together with you, we build personal relationships that help us accomplish that part of our mission, which is to bring our people closer together. Our governments will naturally be close, they have to be, but we have to bring our people close together and create better understanding on both sides of the border. So I've always heard that an event like this, a beautiful event too, but it should begin and end on the same calendar day. So I'm going to stop my remarks here, but I just can't say enough to thank the people in this room. I've met wonderful new friends tonight. I plan to be here for several years, and that friendship grows stronger, and I will work with you. I'm here to work, and I will work to you to make the relationship between our two governments stronger and our people más fuerte y más próspero, porque eso es porque esto es. So, gracias a todos ustedes, gracias por mi familia y el apoyo que tengo, y gracias a Dios, viva México y God bless the United States. Thank you.
Agradecemos al embajador Johnson y a continuación Larry Rubin, presidente de la American Society of Mexico, le hace entrega de un reconocimiento.
Gracias. De este lado.
Okay, sorry, but I have to say one more thing. Larry Rubin just asked me